HBK, yeah, you know how we.
Today on 2K TV postseason.
HBK, yeah, you know how we.
The 2K Sports pregame show.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to the NBA on 2K Sports. Ernie Johnson here with my esteemed colleagues, Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith. In this game, we'll see the Indiana Pacers against the Brooklyn Nets. So for the Nets, their last game, a loss to the Heat. They haven't competed at the level they'd like over the last week or so. Just one win in 5 games. Almost ready for tip-off, but first a moment to talk about something that often gets overlooked: defense. Kenny, who are the most impressive defenders in the NBA right now?
Well, defense doesn't get overlooked by championship teams, and I'm going to name some guys who've either played on championship team or contenders. Kawhi Leonard, defender on the wing. Andre Iguodala, MVP of the NBA Finals, but defense was one of the reasons. And Paul George, coming back from injury. This guy was a premium defender.
Well, since you talk about the little guys, I'm going to talk about the big guys. D12, Dwight Howard, shot blocker. Most of his career still doing that pretty well. Serge Ibaka, the surge protector. Joakim Noah. Roy Hibbert does a great job of the verticality thing, jumping up in the rim, not really getting called a lot of fouls on him. So, well, that's my
The Nets come into an Eastern Conference contest in this game. Thanks for joining us as we get set to bring you NBA basketball on 2K Sports. This is Kevin Harlan with Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony, and on the sideline tonight, Doris Burke. You look at Indiana, and at 6th place in the East, they're a team that's not quite in that top tier, but when they put it together, watch out.
And they're playing some of the most impressive basketball we've seen all season in the NBA. It's hard to think of any team that's played better than they have during this streak.
And, Greg, I love the attitude they're bringing onto the court every night, the belief you can see in this group. It's going to take something very special to beat this team.
We've got a chance here to set the floor, courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go for this one. Setting the floor for the Nets. Freak in a 2-ball. Brook Lopez is out there with Bargnani. Then there's Mo Williams, and it's Johnson in at the 3 slot. It's Williams with the drive. Bargnani passes to Freak. From outside, off the mark. Here's Hill. Ellis outside. From outside the arc. And the rebound goes to Lopez. Indiana on D, coming into this having notched a win against the Rockets in their last game.
And we've talked about how in the NBA you've got to earn your points the hard way, and that really wasn't the case in that game for them.
No, there was no hard way about it. I mean, they got their points easily on dunks and layups against the defense that really didn't offer much of a fight.
Moments ago, our Doris Burke had a chance to catch up with the coach, Frank Vogel. Doris?
I asked him about the matchup problems created by a player like Andrea Bargnani, a 7-foot sharpshooter. He said he can give us problems, no doubt. It's tough to really bother that shot, and he can also put it on the deck and drive. We've got to just get into his body, try to make him a facilitator rather than a scorer. Kevin, we'll see if they're successful.
And thank you for that, Doris. Now Williams, following the miss by Ellis from deep. Lopez a screen. Johnson kicks to Freak. The 3. Basket is good. The assist from Johnson. Freak's got 5.
I tell you what, guys, it's going to be a tough day on this defense, but he's got the A game rolling tonight.
Outside Hill. Ellis right side. Takes a 3. Hill, no good. Nets have gone 2 of 5 here, making 40% so far to start out the game. Oh! Now, Clark, that is just ridiculous.
Absolutely filthy. I don't remember ever seeing a dunk like that in a game. I certainly can't remember the last time I saw
I tell you what, fellas, you might not see another one like that one for a while.
And that was Kia bringing you the close-up on the big-time play. Here's Allen, following the bucket by the Nets. Pick up by Hill. Ellis outside. 4 on the clock. Ellis can't get that one to fall either.
Very dangerous to leave a guy like that open. Lucky break there for the D.
They set the pick. Williams dishes to Freak. Here's Lopez, and he uses the glass on the layup. Lopez has got his first points of the game.
And the defense just gets caught standing around that time and giving up the second chance opportunity.
You know, that just can't happen. They need much more effort than that on the glass.
Now here is Hill. He had 13 points in the win against Houston.
And don't forget about his work on the glass. I mean, he contributed in a number of ways. You know what? Tried to step in and cut him off, but just didn't get there quick enough.
Yeah, he was one step late that time, Greg.
The Pacers making a switch here. Stuckey's checked in. And then for Brooklyn, Thaddeus Young. He's checked in for Bargnani. And Jarrett Jack is subbed in for Williams.
Well, he won't miss many of those, especially with the defender not in the best of positions there.
That is good. 9 points for Freak.
You know, they've done a great job of getting into the middle of that defense and scoring in the paint.
And that's why they're on this run. You get that close to the hoop, and it's a lot easier to make shots.
Now here's Stuckey. Last time out, he had 14 points. Hill passes to Hill. No good off the front iron.
Good pick, but he just couldn't make it count.
Yeah, nice job of setting the screen by his teammate there, and I'm sure he appreciated it.
George against Johnson. Lopez sets a screen for Johnson. The wide open look here for Lopez. That's in there. Johnson with the assist. Lopez has got his second bucket.
Well played right there. I mean, there's no question who has the momentum.
Greg, the lead appears to be heading north, if you will.
Let's go now to the 2K leaderboard for a look at some players that have gotten only better as the season's gone on. The top small forwards since the All-Star break. 5th best, Paul George.
A lot of the NBA's most explosive players man that small forward position, and you're looking at a pretty good collection of them right there.
Well, I would go beyond pretty good, Greg. I mean, they are special players at the offensive end. Impossible to defend in any kind of conventional way. I mean, you've got to be creative to try to slow these guys down.
And that's out of bounds. Indiana will retain possession. 1:41 left in the first quarter of the game. Clock at 2.
And the defense not making things easy for them.
Yeah, they're having a hard time getting the ball in the basket, Greg. I mean, and as a result, falling behind here.
Here's Freak. And that basket pushes the lead to double digits. Freak's got 11 points.
Really not hard to see why they're giving up points on this run. I mean, they've just given them too many looks inside.
Yeah, and usually when a team goes on a run like this, it's because they are getting too many opportunities on the inside. Make them beat you from deep.
Looking to end the run. Stuckey can't get it to go.
Oh, he has just struggled here offensively in the quarter.
Young with no one around. Good, and Jack gets the assist.
It seems that every pass they make is leading to a score here. I mean, that's just exquisite ball movement.
And that's because the ball is looking for the best shot, and it's really paid off for them during the run.
Well, the numbers since the All-Star break, and here's how Indiana ranks league-wide. 6th in three-point field goal percentage. 8th in free throw shooting. And they're in the top 3rd in the league in blocks. They're a team that really doesn't give many good looks.
And they've also enjoyed a lot of success from beyond the arc. I mean, as you can see by that top 10 ranking and three-point percentage, that's a shot they should continue to feature in their offense.
Hill, no good.
All the defender had to do there was just stay close to him, and he did.
Freak kicks to Dallenberg, and that one's good.
Boy, guys, they've shown some great passing on their last few trips down the floor. Excellent.
4 straight passes leading to scores. Great team play.
And he's got his first chance at the line here. That free throw good from D'Alembert. Pacers trail by 16. Stuckey dishes to Allen. Back to Stuckey. They need this one. Oh, and it looks like that's going to be a goaltending call. Yep, that's it. So they'll get the basket.
He thought he had that one clean, but the ref saw it differently. They'll count the basket.
23 seconds left to play here in the first. Freak sets a screen for Jack. It's Freak, top of the key. Back to Jack. There's the dish to D'Alembert. With 4 seconds on the clock. Good, he hits the jump shot. D'Alembert's got 5 now.
How about the start that they've gotten off to here? Huge lead, and we're still in the first quarter.
And guys, it hasn't just been the scoring. I mean, they're playing tremendous defense too.
And a double-digit lead on the scoreboard as we end the first quarter of play. It's the Nets up by 16. And the second quarter will be on the way when we come back. Talk to Monte Ellis. He says he feeds off his doubters. He loves to hear someone say what he can't do.
I think I had that all my life. I always had to prove somebody wrong, and still to this day. That's just the competitiveness that I believe my oldest brother built into me when I was little.
And Monte Ellis is still trying to prove people wrong now and then. So an entirely new group in now for Indiana. Hill, he's checked in for Hill. C.J. Miles comes in for George. Rodney Stuckey's checked in for Ellis. Young is subbed in for George Hill. And a new group in for the Nets. Samuel D'Alembert, he's checked in for Lopez. Thomas Robinson comes in for Thaddeus Young. Hollis Jefferson's checked in for Joe Johnson. And Freak subbed in for Mo Williams. And Brooklyn, looking who they've got. Freak in at shooting guard. Robinson is out there with D'Alembert. Then it's Jarrett Jack. And it's Hollis Jefferson in at the 3, the small forward. Here's Freak following the basket by Rodney Stuckey.
Talk about complete control. Everything working in this one for Freak. He has 11 points, and from long range, he's hit 1 3-pointer.
And when it's all said and done, I got a sneaky suspicion he's going to have a few more.
The Nets have gone 3 for 3 at the line tonight.
And really, the form at the line all season has been terrific. 79% as a team.
Really, guys, it's just come together for them at the charity stripe this season. I mean, the confidence is there, and so too are the results.
And both free throws good from Freak.
As we've gotten closer to halftime, their style has become more and more physical.
Boy, it certainly appears to be the case, Greg. I mean, they've spent a lot of time at the foul line this quarter, and that's the result of attacking the rim and being physical.
Here is Miles. He hasn't scored yet. That, I'm sure, will change. 5 on the clock, and it's sent back from D'Alembert.
And you know what? He's just not on his game, no doubt about it. Their deficit isn't totally on him, but he has not been an asset for his team.
And keeping us updated from the sideline, let's swing it over to Doris Burke for an update. Hi, Doris.
Well, Kev, Freak in the last matchup against the Heat delivered quite a performance. He ended with 32 points, and he got there with his usual way. Just an impressive barrage of threes. He carried his team the whole game and was responsible for most of the offense in that contest, guys.
All right, Doris. Well, guys, coming off a performance like that has got to have him supremely confident right now.
No doubt. I guarantee he comes into today's game feeling there isn't anything he can't do on the floor right now.
I'll tell you what, Greg, I think he might be right based on that last game. I'm inclined to agree with him.
Block shots, a stat that sometimes doesn't tell the whole story. Big-time shot blockers aren't always elite defenders. And then the opposite is true. Their block shot totals don't quite capture that great impact they really have defensively.
You know, and Akeem the Dream, certainly one of the greatest all-around players to have ever played the game. An endless array of offensive moves down low, no doubt. And defensively, his numbers speak for themselves. I mean, almost 4,000 career blocks, 2 Defensive Player of the Year awards, just a legendary low-post defender.
Now here's Freak. 32 points for him last game against Miami.
Boy, was he physical. I mean, in that game, just drawing a lot of contact and getting himself to the line over and over.
Here's Robinson. 10-point lead. Jack passes to Freak. The rebound by Young.
Well, I tell you what, that's too good a look to pass up there. Even though it didn't go, that's one you got to take.
Now Miles. He hasn't yet put up any points in this one. In the corner, Stuckey with it. This one for 3. The clock runs out, and we're heading to halftime. Nets lead by 10.
Well, Coach Vogel.
All right, the second half beginning in just a moment. You look at Freak in this game, he has been everywhere.
In that first half was his offense. He was not wasteful with his opportunities and also did a great job of converting with the chances he had.
I agree with you, Greg. Judicious shot selection. All of his looks were good looks.
Lavoy Allen out there with Paul George. Then there's Ellis. Then there's Hill. And it's Hill in at the 1 spot. So that's the group out there for Indiana.
That's a shot he's got to hit. You don't get many looks better from that range.
And it's good. Fought through contact. It's the shot. He'll go to the free throw line.
That's good.
So it'll be Monte Ellis shooting. That's on Brook Lopez. The Pacers have converted 1 of 2 free throws so far today. Williams with the ball. Pass to Freak. And basket number 6 to his stat sheet. He's now 6 for 10.
He's got some serious momentum going right now. He's been great all day. Even last game, he was on fire.
Ellis kicks to Hill. Fires at the elbow. And it's out of bounds. They say it was last touched by Hill.
And that's just carelessness there. I mean, you have got to have your head in the game.
Freak kicks to Bargnani. Feeds it to Freak. Got it. Number 7 on the night. 7 for 11 from the floor.
He's been one of their more reliable options today, guys. I mean, his shooting has led them to this lead.
Hill dishes to